There it
Rengar is
is.
left open, and now it's gonna lock in for the side of RRQ. LIYAB Esports doesn't have a chance to pick this up for themselves.
Yeah, we're talking about, again, Chaz living in every single player's jungle. And then with Helios just joining the fray with the Heroes entrance. We'll see, though, if that's going to be towards Hex or Helios. Maybe they'll switch it up a little bit. LIYAB, this could be an Olaf composition, actually. If the Lulu is picked up or the Ahri. I see it, though. I can see it. Maybe LIYAB wants to see first how the composition works before locking in that Olaf. But this Lulu is an anti-assassin. You have the Polymorph, you have the Wild Growth to deny assassination attempts. So, RRQ, are they going for a Riven? Yes, they are.
They are. They're gonna lock it in. I think this is gonna be into the Baron lane matchup against LIYAB Esports for Riven. And Corki can be flexed into the mid lane and into the bot lane because Galio can still be onto Hex. We don't know. And this is just the flexibility that RRQ is showing us for this game number 2. But LIYAB Esports is going for the Garen though. They wanna match that up to a silence onto Riven because, as we all know, Riven is a spam skill champion.
Exactly. There's a very combo-centric champion over here for Hyde. This fits his playstyle very well. LIYAB finishing and capping their composition off with an Olaf. We talked about this before, how Olaf can be a little bit 50-50, but this is done though, throwing the gauntlet with a silence. Now, that's the second assassin for RRQ, and this could possibly go to Helios, or Helios is on the Riven. We don't know yet. We'll see how this switch things up, as Hex will surely be on the Galio.
And I understand your confusion because pretty much I think every single champion here selected by RRQ can be played by Helios, right? He can play Corki, he can play Galio, he can even play Akali if he wants to. So I think RRQ is playing the next level mind games here against LIYAB Esports. But now Riven into the mid lane, gonna be an interesting take here for RRQ.
I feel like it's gonna be very interesting. I feel like this is RRQ. I think this is a very RRQ composition, the one at the bottom, I gotta say. And the top side is so LIYAB with the Olaf Lulu. I'm very confident. See, okay, there it is. So Rengar, again, this has been the playstyle of Chaz. He plays these assassin junglers. I mean, he has been dubbed the Chazix because of his Kha'Zix plays at the first round robin of the Group A. And now we'll see, though, as we get to see Hex gonna dive in with the Hero's entrance alongside Chaz when he goes deep into the jungle of LIYAB. Meanwhile, for LIYAB, this Lulu pick is a two birds in one stone kind of deal. You have the Wild Growth, you have the Polymorph to deter any assassination attempts from RRQ because they do have 2 assassins, and then Miggy as well on this Olaf. He needs to survive a little bit more, not to waste that Ragnarok, just to hammer down the Axis up against RRQ much longer. So I really like the draft from LIYAB, but the biggest question is, will they be able to take off on this Olaf?
Yeah, I love it. LIYAB Esports is now adjusting to their old composition, but also in adaptability onto a Lucian and Lulu pick into the bot side of the map, having that new patch 2.4 picks here. So Lucian is going to be sort of a centric position for LIYAB Esports to try and win this game number 2. But I also want to commend RRQ because I think their playstyle is very, very competent, right? You have the Riven. Considering that LIYAB Esports 4th pick Garen, this is not an even match when you put Riven into the top side of the map. So I think that is the reason why they place it into the mid lane. And now they're going for an aggressive push. RRQ wants to get a kill onto Miggy. That's Rengar going for the jump. That's the first blood for Chaz, putting him down.
Yeah, level 3. Absolutely insane. The fact that they also fought in the brush, like near the brush area, means Chaz can just keep resetting the hops, the jumps, the pounces on this kitty cat. And look at that Helios, though. It still works. The formula still works with Helios' stun to assist Chaz. And here comes round number 2.
Chaz, Hex coming in. That's going to be level 4, level 3 coming in. And that's the taunt from Murida Boy. Not getting the kill, though, because Helios is very low. And now Nexus is getting pinned down. That's getting a flash as well. And High is going for a flash to get a kill. Root down. Get kill. RRQ gets 2-0.
And it's just 2 minutes of the game. There's still no one in level 5 yet. No one has their ults just yet. It's just the roaming from RRQ is just massive. The way that Chaz just doubles down on the mid lane because Nixu and Moraita Boy were a little bit greedy to get Helios' life. I mean, it was possible. Nixu had enough mana. We're waiting for cooldowns, but this just opens up the opportunity for RRQ to go back in the mid and then get another kill.
Also, remember that Chaz has assist or even a kill onto those two that RRQ has taken. And those are two unique champions that RRQ has brought down, which means the Unseen Predator can now stack onto 2, which means 10% damage bonus onto Chaz currently. Early power spike is for the side of RRQ. So massive damage potential for Chaz to bring in when it comes to gank.
Okay, that's a lot early in the game. 3 minutes already?
They're looking into the bot lane.
Whoa!
That's getting Missile Barrage, getting the kill onto Lulu. Culling will zone them away, but that's not going to be enough to put them away. That's the 1-4-0 in favor of RRQ, and Chaz now stacks 3.
What a snipe from Marky. Yeah, every single one has acquired kills, especially the important carries. Of course, Helios still waiting as he's been getting that assist rather in the mid lane. And now we'll see what the response is for LIYAB, because this is them just wanting to survive the laning phase. This is so hard. Helios in the mid lane, the stun.
Right. He wants to go for the aggressive push, but you have Nixu with the charm. But look at the top lane. This is going to be very important. But this is the 4th kill of RRQ. That's going to be unique onto Chaz. And now he stacks 20% attack damage bonus onto the passive on Unseen Predator here for Rengar.
He's getting so much more. I mean, this is why Chaz is the best, if not one of the, or rather, if not one of the best assassin junglers in the Philippines. He's just insane in that sort of play style. Now though, LIYAB will decide to focus their attention over to the dragon because Chaz is somewhere because he just focused his efforts towards the top side instead. We'll see though as RRQ will go over to the Rift Herald instead.
Now that's the very least that LIYAB Esports can do, because RRQ already has 4 kills, no trades for LIYAB Esports when it comes to kill standings, and having that knowledge that you have 3-man roam for RRQ in top-sided map, they need to get that Ocean Drake as much as possible to try and come back their gold deficit.
And they're able to start the Rift Herald right now, but look, Chaz already on the hunt.
Oh, Akali's now coming in with a final execution. Now Galio's going for the hero's entrance as well. No knockup will be there, but zoning away the enemy team is going to be much more important. Chaz will come through, but the Nation Justice would get the kill from Dawn into Chaz. And that will be the first kill for LIYAB Esports in the game.
Definitely going to have that one, but no Ragnarok, so it's going to be risky if LIYAB wants to make a second attempt to that Rift Herald. And while they're waiting, at least manage to see if they can get wards down. There is a couple near the Rift Herald pit, so RRQ is going to be satisfied just resetting. And I think that is what they should be careful of. Miggy, or rather Dawn, again on the Garen, the great denier, the great neutralizer, because of that silence is just such a huge value. Whenever Chaz rather would try to go in and attempt to engage. Now, this could be round number 2 for the Rift Herald take.
Right, and Hyde will be there to go for a quick respond. If ever something occurs, RRQ will be there as well. 4-man roam coming from them team. Only Corky will be onto the bottom side of the map to try and go for the split push if ever something goes wrong. We have Esports will step back though. Wants to go for the care wave into the mid side because RRQ is pressuring in. But LIYAB wants to go for the Rift. Herald wants to pressure, but Chaz will be there waiting onto the side. That's going to be Unkrill of the Hunt. That's going to be the kill. That's the taunt coming through. Gaio made a safe play, and that will be the flash. 3-man taunt, bringing in RRQ for 3 kills into the match. LIYAB Esports is now onto the corner of this game. RRQ will go for the Rift Herald and take it down easy without any jungle for LIYAB.
Yeah, 4K gold lead already in favor of RRQ. This is going to balloon up even more as they open up the map. Oh, the 1v1 though. Nixu wins that.
I think Hyde overextended there, and there's no one to respond that because Chaz was going for the Rift Herald, and then Helios was trying to support it. So he was overextended. So I think that was a wrong mistake by RRQ going for the top lane with the charm from Nixu connecting.
Yeah, it was, I guess, a zoning attempt from Hyde, I suppose, and see whether or not he can get an extra kill because he is 3-1-1. Possibly now with the Rift Herald, they can balloon their lead even more. Okay, for LIYAB, they have two choices now. Two picks that can potentially save this game. Alien over here. If he is able to get Essence Reaver, Solari Charge Blade, and as well as Navoris, then that is the time where Alien, Muraita Boy, can funnel all the buffs onto Elion for his survivability and just be that solo carry. Nixu as well will play a part because of the charms are very, very integral to winning the fight. Now a fight is going to start.
Taunt will connect onto the Olaf, but Ragnarok will be forced. The Trail of the Hunt will be ready for a Rengar, but opted to go into the mid lane to pressure in, get map control.
It is going to be a deny as Miggy was forced to use the Ragnarok. So, no, Ragnarok's cooldown is pretty short, so it will be available in the next dragon fight. But now, they lose another tower at the moment.
Yeah, this RRQ has pressured in. They have opted, weighed out the risk and benefit of going for the 4-man roam for LIYAB Esports. So rather than going for that, they went into mid. Clever move from RRQ. Now I want to go back into what you stated. Elion needs 3 core items to scale out. And that's 3. So pretty much, I think that is around 9k gold. Right now, he only has 6k. And he only has the basic boots available for himself. So I think that will take around 5 minutes for that to achieve them. If LIYAB Esports have this constant statement that RRQ is keep on taking those kills, this will not change anytime soon.
Yeah, look, Marky is actually 1 item ahead of Elion. So in the 5v5 fight, if Marky stays alive, then they're definitely going to lose.
Dawn going for the silence, will not connect onto any. Trail of the Hunt will be ready. As RRQ will not pressure in mid lane. Pixie will be there to zone out the enemy. Ari will get in while Growth will save his life, but RRQ will get the ultimate out away from LIYAB Esports, and they're now pressuring bot lane.
It's crazy. The damage coming from Chaz, his sequence of skills is just... Oh, poor squishies. And at least good thing from LIYAB, they have the Wild Growth, but how far can that save you after every single time? Because even though you save a life, that means you are 1 important ultimate down, means you can't exactly maneuver around the map. And the exchange is what? Look at RRQ. They even get another tower. This is just complete control, and the lead is ballooning up in favor of RRQ.
You talk about the lead. I want to talk about the items right now. Chaz, remember, he has 5 heals already onto unique champions, so pretty much his passive already full stack. And you have Trinity Force and an Essence Reaver. 25-50 ability haze between these 2 items, and when it comes to crit damage, crit rate, he has it all.
He has everything. He has... That is why RRQ wants to keep with their lead, find opportunities to catch LIYAB off guard. But I like what LIYAB is doing. They never allow themselves to be separated. But if they are always together as a unit, that means it opens up for the 1-3-1 that RRQ is doing right now with Hyde and as well as Helios there as the split pushers. And it's just you're basically cornered in this game and you're forced to dance onto RRQ's music.
And not just that, they will also lose gold, not just because they're hovering into a 1-unit man army. They're losing gold in the jungle, they're losing gold in the top lane, they're losing gold into the bot lane. And I think LIYAB Esports needs to understand that they do this, but they need to do something else on top of it. Because if they don't get anything from that 1-man army type of situation, they're not going to have that even trade from RRQ that is currently going for the 1-3-1. As you have the side still from LIYAB Esports not going through.
It's a good thing the Twin Shadows was there, though. Thrill of the Hunt activated. They're looking for a target.
Oh, good shot coming in from Hex. Going for the taunt. Olaf will be deleted. And LIYAB Esports now has battled this out. Also, remember, this is at 4v5. Galway with the ultimate hero's entrance. No one will be knocked up. Zones away the enemy team. And that's going to be the route once again. Gets the kill down. And Corky, Marky gets the kill. Goes for the mid lane. Now Rift Herald will charge in. That will be the inhibitor turret next. If LIYAB Esports doesn't clear the wave, this is going to be a disastrous situation for them. And now Corky is jumping through. Marky a lot of damage with a Gatling gun, removing a lot of armor resistance. And even the Rift Herald potentially charging onto the Nexus base. But that's just a prank. Not going through. RRQ is now falling down.
It is a deny on the 3rd charge from that Rift Herald. But imagine RRQ is in such a comfortable spot in this game that they're able to save that Rift Herald and plop it down at the 2nd tier tower and then get a 2nd charge over in the inhibitor tower. And LIYAB, Their mid lane is open, makes things a little bit harder to, get that vision down near the Baron. It's going to be risky if you want to go alone. So you have to carry all your team with you to make sure that you're fine, you're safe from Chaz. And look, he has his ult again up. By the way, I suppose they're still waiting for Hex to have his hero's entrance on the board for RRQ to be ready to go again. But look at that, Nixu taking advantage of the reset from RRQ to land a ward. But LIYAB knows that RRQ can just take another stance, another attempt, as Thrill of the Hunt has been activated. Infernal Dragon will spawn, and now Right Boy is gone.
Yeah, you will get deleted by Chaz. And this is the amount of damage that he is producing. And now that's going to be flash forced away by Dawn. Now RQ has this pressure in. Infernal Dragon will be alive. There's going to be the 5v4 if they want to pressure in. Or they could set up a depth rush. And now it's going to be a disastrous situation for LIYAB Esports, because when you're looking at a flag of war, LIYAB doesn't have any information on everywhere in the map aside from top side on that single ward.
Yeah, and it's not like you want to keep buying Twin Shadows just to make sure that your jungle is safe. And as you walk through the dangers of the map because of Chazix, wait, no, not Chazix, he's on a Rengar, because of Rengar on Chaz, and as well as Hyde just lurking around. So it's just so difficult. Look at the map though. RQ, pretty much a dark map, but they do have that lead in general, as now Dawn will not make it to the Baron.
But LIYAB Esports wants to go for the contest, wants to remove the Baron buff of RRQ. Now that's one out of the table. That's in a 4 Baron buff left for RRQ to stay safe. But Hex, that's a support created for a Baron buff, worth it for RRQ.
That's worth it to make sure that the rest of RRQ is able to escape as well. Now that's what, 23. Look, Chaz is going in.
He's going in, he's pressuring in, he's gonna get a kill on QEON. Now that's gonna be another man down for the side of LIYAB Esports. RRQ is now gonna trade this off. Marquee, a lot of damage coming through with a Gatling gun as well. Missile barrage, getting that damage off, but the charm will connect onto Helios. He goes back away, he doesn't want to fight that. He just wants to get that 1-for-1.
It's so hard when you use the jungle as your escape route, and this was, okay, this is gonna be a feast for me. There's so many brushes for me to pounce upon and basically burst you down. And that's exactly what we saw from Miggy. Not able, without Moraita Boy, again, it's so hard to survive these attacks from RRQ, but it's just, for LIYAB, so far it has been defense because of the lead that RRQ has, and they have to watch these towers fall one by one.
Yeah, and LIYAB Esports wants to go for the contest onto the top side of the map, but this is going to be a 2v1, 2v2, as now it's come through. The Hunt gets a kill onto Ola, potentially gets a lot of damage in, but he's still going to be safe because Ragnarok will be there. Zones away with the taunt from Hex. And now that's another turret down for RRQ.
Oh, that charm
the
though.
Charm will connect though for Hyde. Hyde will be deleted, and now it's going to be a good trade, but not good enough because RRQ has now 2 lane pressures against LIYAB Esports.
It's going to be a dire defense. There's only one left. And of course, there's still that threat of the Mountain Elder Drake to spawn as well. Maybe RRQ will use that as leverage. Or maybe LIYAB, because they can't exactly trust their own jungle. Their space is just so limited because of RRQ's lead, because of Chaz just lurking around, because of Hex with a semi-global ult.
Oh, Helios gonna go for the 1v3. That's gonna be that's gonna be the ultimate, trying to go for the sustainability, but Culling gets a lot of damage down, and Helios will fall. Well, I guess that's a 1-second recall for RRQ to go back in.
That's no Moraita Boy. Again, they heavily rely on the wild growth and the polymorph to deny RRQ's attempt on in their engage. And without Moraita Boy for 29 seconds, this makes RRQ comfortable. Everybody's gonna get bursted down immediately.
So that's unfortunate because RRQ lost their mid lane for only a support that LIYAB Esports has. And yes, Moraita Boy, as we talked about a while ago, has an ultimate that's going to be very, very valuable in those team fights. But when you're losing your mid lane that's already fed onto a support that doesn't really have any gold bounty onto his head, that only gives a lot more gold for LIYAB Esports. But rather here, I think they really want to pressure in bot lane as you have RRQ pressuring in. Even though if top lane is already gone for the inhibitor turret, Chaz is still there to lane control.
His presence, the thrill of the hunt, is basically what, almost always off cooldown. Once he uses it, he can use it again basically. 13 seconds on the clock for the Elder Drake to spawn. And Hyde is the zoner. He is being the guardian of the jungle alongside Hex. I think basically Chaz can solo this alongside Marky. To make sure that they keep tabs of LIYAB. LIYAB pushing the mid lane to see if they can. Oh, but they're so overextended
Growth
though.
on. He wants to go for the right point and gets onto the wild growth, but misses off two. Next two will fall down as well. That's gonna be the 2 kills from RRQ. And now Galio went in for the heroes enter on top side of the map. That's gonna be done down dead. And now it's Miggy and Leon, the only one remaining to go for the defense. Calling will
They
be
want
there.
more
That's
kills.
not gonna be enough to put RRQ down. Miggy will be the only one alive. 500 HP. RRQ will beat LIYAB Esports in a 2 to clean